Hello and welcome to this week's football. Oh, for fuck! Oh god, here we go.
Oh god.
Hello and welcome to this week's Football Talk podcast. I am Josh Call, and from sunny UK, David Nichols. What is going on here? You in the UK? You in England?
Hello, I'm back. I'm in the UK. I'm back in Bristol.
Oh
believe
my
it or not.
goodness! You flew in an
Crystal
aeroplane. When you landed? Did you all cheer, stand up, and go? Because Americans like that. I don't know if there's any Americans on board your flight. They love a little cheer when they land. Does that happen?
No. It was 5 o'clock in the morning, and everyone was just like, "I just want to get off the plane."
Mm-hmm. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, I think 13 hours on a plane. Everyone's just like, "Fucking."
Whoa, my high club, lad. God, crikey. But yes, you're back in UK, but we're not together. We are not both sat in my closet. You are sat. Are you in a closet? I'm in a closet.
I'm in my friend's house in a spare room.
We can't.
It's very classy.
We can't all have closets to go into, Dave. But we unfortunately missed last week, so apologies for that, listeners. There was technical issues at my end. My laptop wouldn't turn on, so that was a bit of a stumbling block. But we're here now. we're talking.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, let's be honest. It was an international break, so let's just have a little international break between Singapore and England at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, your laptop picked a good weekend to completely fail, to be honest.
Did you watch any international football, Dave? Did you,
no.
tune in at ridiculous o'clock to watch England go behind against Kosovo, to storm ahead against Kosovo, to be pegged back by Kosovo, to ultimately win 5-3 against Kosovo, or to absolutely smash Bulgaria? Did you watch any of that?
No.
Oh. Well,
no, I didn't. No, it was ridiculous o'clock, wasn't it? It was like 7 o'clock, I think, kick off in the UK, which is like 2 o'clock in the morning for me. So I get up for Man United games at that time, and that's it.
You get up to watch Man United get another penalty, and then you go, "Oh well, we've won that match." Go back to bed, and we'll get to that later. We'll get to it later, fans, because I'm a little bit bored of Man United's penalty antics, but we can get to that. But, it's been 2 weeks. There's been a bit of news. Have you got any news that you wanted to cover since we've been away? Anything that you thought, you know what? My eye's been caught there. Snagged the old eyeball.
I mean, there's the 16-year-old at Barcelona who's got 2 in 2. I think he scored. Fatty.
Yeah, old Chubster. Yeah, he got the youngest player ever to get a golden assist. He got a golden assist last night, which is, I mean, at 16... Christ, what was I? At 16, I would have been.
We were trying to get into the nightclub in Folkestone.
Trying to get into a nightclub, yeah, probably success. I was in the Lees club in Folkestone, probably just standing on my own, near no women, and drinking what I thought was alcohol, probably alco pop, and looking pretty pathetic. But he is turning out of a new camp, scoring and assisting. That is how the turntables. That is. Impressive.
Yeah, he's done well, isn't he? He's done. Is he? You'd imagine if he's in Barcelona's first team now, he's going to be pretty good going forward.
Yeah, but I know there's always a list like the youngest debutants ever, and it's like, oh, I recognise some names from when they burst on the scene at 16, but then it all goes awry, doesn't it? It's, I think, very rarely.
Yeah, Cherno Samba. Is that ring any bells? Yeah, Cherno Samba.
Yeah, often the only player that sticks on that list is Messi, because Messi was obviously a young debutant and is fought through all the turmoil that leads to a full-on career, but often they're like, oh yeah, James Vaughan was one of the youngest goal scorers. Yeah, what's happened? Oh, he had 10 knee injuries and is now banging them in for, God knows who. Honestly, where is James Vaughan these days?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Is it the quiz?
It's not the quiz. You're all right. Oh. James Vaughan these days is Bradford City. He's captain. Well done, James Vaughan. Well done, James Vaughan.
There we go.
Finally made it.
Yeah. So what's caught your eye?
Vincent Kompany's testimonial, wasn't it? You catch any of that? That was a lovely little swan song. Listeners to the podcast remember that I challenged the stand-in co-host Owen East to a Wikifiles, which was Martin Petrov a few weeks back. And Martin Petrov looks like he's not lost it. Martin Petrov looks pretty tasty. He pinged an absolute beauty in for the opener, and then he tried his luck a few times. Yeah, he looks like he's really still got it. That was lovely to see.
Excellent. Was it? Did Vincent Company play, or was he still injured?
No, Vincent Company, as is tradition, had a minor injury because he's a broken man. But no, we saw like Van Persie looked in good shape. Robbie Keane looked in good shape. Paul Scholes, I'm sure everybody's seen it. If you haven't, it's in the rounds of Paul Scholes doing a cheeky little kind of faux back heel, kind of attempting a swing and a kick, and it goes back heel through ball to Van Persie. That's a lovely little ball played there.
I saw that. Lovely.
I mean, obviously, being a United fan, you're a big Paul Scholes fan, are you?
Yes, massive. Best central midfielder that England's ever had.
Oof, Christ. You've really put the cat amongst those pigeons right there, Dave. That's a statement. Maybe
with Gaza.
So he's but it wasn't the best for England, though, was he? He was pretty piss poor for England overall.
No, because he kept being played on left wing.
Oh, God, here we go again. Knew that had come out.
Look, don't get into who's played who and where and what. Let's focus on the news.
Focus on the news. Vincent Company's match ended 2-2. Benjani getting a last-minute equaliser, so who doesn't love to see that? Who doesn't?
That is good. Did you know Benjani's son plays for Portsmouth under-18s?
I didn't. No.
There you go. Bit of news for you.
Well done, Benjani's son.
He's in the... Yeah.
It goes back to me thinking, how do all these footballers' sons, are they actually any good? Is it nature? Is it nurture? Is it just the access to coaches? It's just one of those ones that I'm never sure I'm going to know the answer to. But kind of wish that my sons had that kind of access to football and coaching. But
yeah, it would be quite good, wouldn't it, if your sons grew up with, like, just if they went to school with, I don't know, Clarence Seedorf's son, and then you just think, oh, because
all right,
because he scored on Saturday. Clarence Seedorf's son scored for an English team in the lower leagues.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he plays for an English lower league team. No, Scottish, in fact, Scottish lower league team.
Do you mean Clarence Seedorf? Are you sure?
I mean, Clarence Seedorf's son plays for a Scottish team, and I'm going to Google it now. Scottish football.
Listeners, please be screaming at the TV, because I don't trust Dave here. I'm thinking, is he thinking of Edgar Davids? Is he thinking of...
No. Colin Seedorf, born the 1st of May 1995, is a Dutch footballer of Surinamese descent who plays at centre-back.
Yeah. What Scottish side does he play for, Dave?
He plays for no one in Scotland at the moment. Hang on.
And he's also the nephew.
I've got the wrong Seedorf.
Oh, it's all right.
Hang on. This is live, people. This is live. This is happening right now.
Speaking of live, while Dave's doing that, we'll obviously be recording the live...
Sherwin Seedorf. I found it. Oh, he's a distant relative to Clarence. This is going so well.
Dave's mastermind special subject will be the Seedorf family in a few weeks' time when we record a live mastermind special, YouTube live. And Dave, how do you feel is the research going well? You know, obviously, Colin Seedorf and Shervan, was it?
Sherwin Seedorf.
Sherwin Seedorf.
The distant relative, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, lovely. Well, should we go less about Seedorfs? We'll go less about Seedorfs. We'll go to Harry Kane. Harry Kane came out with a quote this week. And Harry Kane, I've never dived. Your thoughts, Dave?
Well, he has, hasn't he? He's used to quote his own words, he's used his body well. And then I'll end that as the end of his quote. And then I'll add a bit on that says he's thrown it well to the ground to dive. Because he has dived. Everybody dives. Even if you get touched and you exaggerate that touch, that's a dive.
Yeah, I think it's just more of the clarity around what do people envisage is a dive, what's their definition of dive, and then we can work back from that, because I think there's a lot of different understandings of the word dive.
You're a Spurs fan. Has Harry Kane dived?
Yeah, 100%.
Or dove? Is it dove? Dived?
Dove. He's doved.
Dove. Is he doved?
Yeah, he's definitely doved. He's no, everyone's dived, and I mean not everyone. Clearly, there's going to be some goalkeeper out there who's never been touched. Oh, unlucky. Loser. Yeah, who hasn't doved? But yeah, I mean, if you're a player who's kind of getting into that hand-to-hand combat, as it were, you're going to be. I remember, obviously, me and you both played hockey when we were growing up. I remember diving in hockey. I remember exaggerating falls in hockey because I realised I've lost the ball, so I do a big stumble, like, oh my goodness, oh I've stumbled, and then you get, and then you get that first, like, oh they've given me a free hit here. I might do that again.
I really wish back in our hockey days I'd heard you shout, "Oh my goodness!" during a dive.
oh my. Yeah, I had to say that, so everybody knew on my team it was a dive, so we wouldn't come rushing to my aid. But yeah. I will admit I've doved before. Have you ever doved?
Okay. I've exaggerated contact. Yes.
Oh, don't pussyfoot around it. Tell it how it is, Dave.
Yes, I've dove. I've dove.
Listeners,
I've dived.
Listeners who've played sport at any level, can you say? Let us know. Do you think you've never doved before? Have you doved? Let us know. Are you a serial dover?
I think everyone's
dived.
Yeah,
I think it's just that we have a problem with it when it's done against us. All right, well, we'll leave that there because, I mean, Harry Kane's doved. We all know it. We had well, I mean, we're famous on this, or infamous on this podcast, for mispronunciation of names. Dave, can you name me the Spanish striker who plays for Dortmund? Paco
Alcacer.
Well, that actually sounds much better than I would have imagined. He's at it again, isn't he? He's got, I think he's got like 9 in 9 for club and country this in competitive games this year. He was at it last year. Was pretty much the same. He got like 6 in his first 3 appearances, but he's 9 in 9 now. Do we see him sustaining it? Because I think he managed to get like one extra goal last year, or is he actually going to continue and be a top scorer this year? What do you reckon?
Right, he's one of those people that he's obviously a natural finisher, and he's got a very good setup behind him at Dortmund and a very good setup behind him in Spain. So as long as he keeps getting chances, he'll keep scoring. I think he'll have a very good season. I think he'll keep it up. It's unfathomable that he'll keep it as a 1-in-1.
That'd be a shocker, wouldn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he'll definitely score a lot of goals this season. He's definitely on the way there, and it looks pretty good. So yeah, I've never actually really seen him play a lot because obviously he's never played for Spain when we were watching them in their pomp.
No, it wasn't part of that. No.
Yeah. And then Dortmund, obviously me being in Singapore, I don't see too much of Dortmund, even less than when I watched them in the UK. So it'll be interesting to see it continue. Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned Spain there. Did you see which player entered the top 10 goal scorers for Spain of all time the other week?
Sergio Ramos.
Sergio Ramos entered the top goal scorers for Spain, and it's a bit surprising how low goal scorers there are for Spain. I suppose that for years they were perennial underachievers, weren't they? Before they exploded in the late 2000s, they were just underachievers. And I mean, because it's a similar outline to England actually. Their top goal scorer is. Do you want to fancy a guess here? This isn't a quiz, but do you fancy a guess? Top goal scorer
for England?
No, Spain. This is sorry, Dave.
Oh, Spain. David Villa.
David Villa, 59 goals. Pretty comparable. Wayne Rooney's 53 goals. Then second, who do you reckon we've got for Spain?
Torres?
No, Torres is third with 38. Raul is second with 44. But then it's kind of like, amazingly, this has really surprised me. David Silva is fourth. And David Silva is not a player you think of as goal scoring, do you? I think it's just sheer weight of numbers. The man's got 125 caps, so it's a sheer weight of numbers there. Hierro, Morientes, and then you get some older players like, Emiliano Butragueno, De Stefano, Salinas, Michel, then Sergio Ramos. But it's not exactly, I mean, a lot of them are in 20 goals, so the top 4 are the only ones who get over 30 goals. It's not exactly setting the world alight, is it, with the amount of goals scored? It seems though you go to you look at Cristiano Ronaldo, who is set to break the
Yeah.
goal scoring record for international football, isn't he? He's 93 goals I think he's at now, which is just
It's
absolutely
insane.
crazy, isn't it?
There was a very good tweet by, I think it was ESPN, and they said, if you started your football career at the age of 18 and scored, was it 15 goals a season and retired, or up till this point, you'd scored less goals than Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, it was.
It's
he had a 15-year
stupid.
career, and because he scored something like 624, wasn't it? So I think it was. If you scored 40 goals a season for 15 years, you'd score less goals than Ronaldo has now from the age 18 onwards. It's just craziness.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, so Ronaldo is currently 16 goals behind Ali Day, the Iranian goal scorer, and you'd imagine he would get there because he's got. Well, it doesn't ever seem like retiring anytime soon, does he?
No, he really, really doesn't, and it's doing pretty well. So, yeah. I mean, the only other bit of news I want to chat just before we move on to the quiz, I think is first, isn't it? In the running order,
absolutely.
Neymar, the whole Neymar thing. Is he going to Barcelona? Isn't he? And then it didn't go through, and now he's back, and he's got booed by his fans, but he scored an overhead kick winner. It's just a big, soap opera. His whole career, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it's going to end.
What's your thoughts on Neymar?
I think it's going to end in a little bit with a bit like, what if only I'd been a bit more professional throughout my career, I could achieve more. I think he's only got himself to blame, really. He can't complain he's getting booed because he is. I mean, since he joined PSG, they've played 112 competitive games. He's now played 58 games, I think it is. So he's pretty much half those games. There's a couple of really untimely injuries, which, I mean, not technically his fault, but it immediately is like, Christ, come on. I mean, he scored something like 52 goals in those 58 games, which is crazy, and probably got at least half that amount of assists as well. But just the way he's acted out and pretty much kind of openly courted a move away. I think he's got no complaints about being booed. He's never really seemed like he loves it there. I think he'll just look back and go, if only I'd been more professional, I might have achieved more in my career.
Yeah. Do you think it'll be his last club in Europe? Do you reckon he'll go back to Brazil after PSG? Or
no, I think I still think he'll get a big move. I think he'll have this season at PSG and then go somewhere, go back to Spain, I reckon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Anything else in the news before we move on?
No, I'm ready to go to the quiz.
All right then.
Right, hit me. Let's go. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. It's quizzing time. Dave, you got pen and paper ready?
No, it's not my flat. I don't know where they are.
Oh, just prick your finger, a bit of blood, and do it on the walls.
I've got paper. I haven't got pen.
Or shit into your hand and write on the walls. One of the two. I mean,
okay.
Something on the wall.
Sorted.
Right. Okay. Good. Right. The transfer window is shut. Slam shut. Bang. All corners of the transfer window are shut. So I want you to name me the top 10 transfer fees paid this summer. Well, not the fees. The players who obtained those fees. Yeah. Let's go with that. Obtain those fees. So.
Okay. Oh. Wow. This is Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire, number 4.
Okay. Rodri,
number 9.
Okay. Eden Hazard.
3. Number 3.
Okay. I realised when I said I didn't have pen and paper, I'm literally sat at a computer. So
It's like at work when people, with some accountant, we often talk numbers. They look for their calculator to add things up. And like, you can use Excel. Actually, it's one of my pet peeves.
Right. Okay. This shouldn't be that hard.
No, you're making it hard.
A lot of money spent on there in the Premier League.
Well,
Lo Celso, how much was he?
No, because it was the split deal, wasn't it? The loan.
Oh yeah. Jose Perez.
you serious? This isn't just Premier League, Dave. This is.
Yeah, but Perez moved for like 35 million, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean that's like a small change, Dave. What are you doing?
Oh, okay.
Sorry
Who's
to
number one? Number one should be
sorry
really
to
obvious.
shit on you there, Dave.
Yeah, no worries. Oh my god, why am I struggling? A lot. Delict.
Yes, Matthias de Ligt courted with his transfer for a while. Number 5, just beneath Harry Maguire. Make of that what you
Frankie
will.
de Jong.
Frankie de Jong. Frankie is in number 8. Love that player. Fantastic player. Obviously got a goal and assist yesterday, and I think he had 100% pass accuracy. Lovely player.
Okay. Now, did Bayern Munich buy anyone big?
Oh, they did, Dave.
Yeah, they did. Hernandez.
Oh, Lucas Hernandez, number 6. That number 6, and you've also
lot of defenders.
got 6 so far, Dave. So you've got 6, 4 remaining. Should we leave you there? Leave you there to ponder?
Yeah, we'll leave me there.
Leave you
Yeah, leave it
there.
there.
We'll leave it there. And we'll move on to reviewing the weekends games, because we're recording this on a Sunday night. We've got Saturdays and Sundays matches, not the Monday night special, but we'll go to the Andy Carroll derby, Dave. Liverpool versus Newcastle, known as a kind of the 4-3er. And, I mean, not many people thought it was going to end up 4-3. But it wasn't that bad a match, was it? It was reasonably tight for a while.
It was. Yeah, I mean, was it tight? I don't know if it was tight. Newcastle took the lead with their first shot.
Lovely strike, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, it was. I mean, the over-elaborate rollback.
Oh, that was nice, wasn't it?
That's what completely confused Trent Alexander-Arnold, because it looked like. Can you remember when Peter Crouch used to do stepovers? It just looked weird.
Yeah.
It looked like that. Like he'd done the skill. Everyone knew what skill he was trying to do, and it looked like he'd got it slightly wrong. But it was lovely. Yeah, it was a lovely little turn inside and a lovely finish into the corner. Adrian had no chance, really. But it just sort of seemed to anger Liverpool after he scored. And I think they realised, it's Newcastle, lads, come on, sort of thing.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I felt Dubravka was very weak for the second goal. It was kind of like a stronger goalkeeper could have come out and really taken it there, but he seemed to really... I don't know whether he didn't want to get hurt or something. It seemed it wasn't keeping I would have been proud of.
He looked scared. He looked very scared when he came out, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good from a goalkeeper point of view. He should be smothering everything.
But Mane, Salah, Firmino, it just keeps progressing, doesn't it? It keeps getting better and better, and I mean, Liverpool now have the biggest lead after 5 matches in Premier League history, which is crazy to think. So it's yours to lose, Liverpool. But yeah, I mean,
I will say, do you not think Liverpool looks a little bit blunt before Firmino came on?
Yeah, and I have thought at times that they do look a little bit blunt, but when they flow, they really flow. But they're not flowing 100% of the time, which I think is maybe a concern. And obviously, we spoke about at the early season is that their strikers have played a lot of football. They really have. And we've seen Man City obviously losing Aymeric Laporte to injury. When fatigue takes hold, injuries take hold. So Liverpool need to rack up these points and get this lead before somewhat inevitable injuries take hold later in the season, I think, because there's a lot. I mean, they've got the Club World Cup to play. It's going to be a disjointed season. They obviously want to go far in all competitions, so they really need to kind of make the most of the good luck while they can, really.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. So, but I mean, like you say, started the season unbelievably well. I think it is. I think at this point already it is theirs to lose.
Yeah. So, and they were in a similar position last year when they went ahead in points. They seemed to forget they were kind of had a decent lead on Man City, and it got chopped back. But yeah, they'll be pretty confident. They've now won. I mean, I don't like split season stats. Like they've won something like 14 games in a row now. But there's obviously 2 different seasons there, so I don't particularly like those stats. But they are on a good run. But we'll move on. We'll move on to the. Well, it seems like a lot of strikers like to play for Brighton and Burnley. We've got the Ashley Barnes, the Chris Wood, the Sam Vokes, derby. We've got Brighton versus Burnley, and yeah, I mean Brighton. They probably should have. I think they probably would like more points than they've currently got now. But for the opener, I think it's absolutely pathetic from Burnley. They seem to just. Do you know what the opener from Brighton made me feel like? It was like when you play FIFA online, and the other person has gone away to like get a drink or something. They don't realise the game's restarted, and the players are kind of jostling around a little because the AI does something, but there's really not putting any challenge in. You're like, you know what, I've got this, I can go through, and they just went through and scored. It was just like Burnley are meant to be. Every view of Burnley is this kind of tough tackling, all action side who won't be pushed over.
Yeah.
It was just like no one put in an actual challenge, and it was just quite easy for Brighton to get that opening goal. Really.
It was the whole game from Burnley was poor. I think it, like you say, in the tough tackling, hard to break down sort of thing. It was just they just didn't really show up for me.
No, they did deserve a win. No, the XG was 1.6 to 0.3, and so it really didn't deserve.
Yeah, well, I think the goal from Hendricks was their first shot on target in the whole game, and it was the 91st minute. I mean, it's dreadful.
Lovely strike, though, wasn't it?
It was nice, yeah. Jeff Hendricks got that in his locker. He has.
Yeah, it hasn't really shown too much in the Premier League, has he? But in the Championship, he did it a bit more regularly. But yeah, I mean, Burnley did well to get a point out of it, really, didn't they? But I think
very well, yeah.
Brighton will feel like they're onto something good. They just haven't quite capitalised on maybe a bit of game management's gone out the window. Really should have been able to see it on through, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. I think they were guilty of that a few times last season as well, the game management side of it.
Yeah.
So, but all in all, mate, there wasn't too much to really chat about in this game, I thought.
No, that's why I'm going to move on to... Yeah. And this is a little bit...
just before we move on, the one thing to chat about this game is that it gave me a spot on in Super 6. So.
Did it?
Yeah.
It did me, actually, as well. It did me, yeah. I was like, oh, phew, because I was not doing too well in this week's Super 6.
And I just want to put a shout out when chatting about Super 6 to Kyle, who's in our group for Super 6, who had a jump from 5th to 2nd, I think, after last week's games. Not this week's. The games before the international break, he had an absolute stormer.
Oh, yeah. He had the lower league stuff. He did very well, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he did, yeah. So, it was lower league one, sorry, yeah. But anyway, next game.
Next game is a little impromptu quiz, Dave. There, by my reckonings, there were 3 players currently at either club who I could denote this game as a derby for them. So they played for each Leicester and Man United. Who were those 3 players?
Harry Maguire.
Yes.
Johnny Evans.
Yes.
And the third one.
Yeah, this is a difficult one. The difficult second series.
So it's not Casper, because he was Man City youth. Danny Simpson, is he still at Leicester?
No, released.
Oh, no, I'm not going to get it then.
Well, he's a current Man United player.
Oh. Who on earth have we signed from Leicester?
Went on loan to Leicester.
Oh my God.
It was Jesse Lingard.
Jesse? No, I would never have got that. I never knew that happened.
Yeah, I was surprised as well. When I did my research, I was like, they got this wrong, Jesse Lingard. I was like, 5 games. Yeah, so I love to pick the obscure ones. But Jesse Lingard derby. And let's just talk about the fact that Man United have had 4 penalties this season. No other clubs had more than 1. And it was a penalty deciding...
We're getting into the right areas, and they're putting in stupid tackles.
I've got to admit though, you look back at all those penalties, none of them are like, oh come on, let's have a word here.
Yeah, they're all definite penalties.
Yeah, they are.
So you can't moan about it, can you?
I can moan a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how did you feel about this match? It wasn't exactly vintage United, was it? Well, it was vintage United over the last few years.
No, it wasn't. But yeah. It was very, in a strange situation, it's a very good performance. And I don't mean good as in tactically or ability-wise, but the grittiness of it, missing Pogba, Luke Shaw and Martial, I thought McTominay did very well in central mid. He sort of was doing 2 man's work because Matic is so past it. But it was one, we have to build on this now. This had to be the sort of turning point, I should say. the season. Leicester with a team that we're being told we're going to threaten the top 6 and possibly the top 4, and Man United with a team that were their closest sort of rivals. And it wasn't a good performance, but it was a win. Maguire kept Jamie Vardy pretty quiet. We hit the bar as well with Rashford from a free kick. So, yeah, not the best, but I think the grittiness and, to quote Brendan Rodgers, the character of the team was fine. And it was good as well that Solskjaer came out afterwards and he was like, look, we can't get excited by this. We know that wasn't a very good performance. So, yeah, 3 points. That's all that mattered from that game.
3 points, yeah. And so, obviously, it's European football this week. Who have you guys got in the Europa League this week? Is it? It's probably
we have Astana.
Astana. Oh yeah, let's have a look at your fixtures. You've got Astana away at West Ham. Then you've got Rochdale in the EFL Cup. Then home to Arsenal. That's a nice little bit of flip flapping between big and small matches. That's an interesting next 4 games.
It will, and I'm very interested to see what he does for the Astana and the Rochdale games, because obviously we don't have the biggest squad. So I would imagine against Astana you're going to see a front 3 of Gomez, Greenwood, and Chong.
Yeah.
Is that enough for games? And I imagine. I'm not sure. I don't know. I've never seen them all play together. In the under 23s or whatever, they're all banging goals in for fun. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. And then I imagine that front 3 will play against Rochdale as well. But
it depends how it works.
Just don't know. Yeah. So
okay. Yeah. All right. We'll move on. We'll move on to the Vincent Pericard derby. Vincent Pericard, who remembers him?
What a player.
I remember him. In fact, he went from Juve to Portsmouth on loan. That is, if that doesn't reek, I'm guessing, off the top of my head, that is Harry Redknapp, because that reeks of Harry Redknapp as a transfer. Yeah, never really hit any heights from a player you thought Juve would buy. I don't think he ever played for Juve. But yeah, this is Sheffield United versus Southampton. See, Vincent Pericard previously played for Stoke. But Sheffield United, Southampton, and goal of the weekend.
Yeah.
Yep. Gineppo with lovely footwork, strength, composure. Absolutely loved it. And Southampton have him, Buffal, Redmond as a kind of attacking trio. That is a dangerous and exciting ladies.
It is
dangerous and exciting
if they're playing well. Because Buffal is proper hot and cold.
Yeah. But when he's hot, give me some of that heat.
Yeah. So I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think Sheffield United, obviously Billy Sharp got sent off.
Have you seen that? That seems harsh to me.
Yeah.
I know his leg's high, but it's kind of flapping in the wind high. It's not like it's going to be. It doesn't seem like there's much power behind it.
But if it's high and dangerous, it's high and dangerous, whether it's straight or...
I'm not sure it's that dangerous, though. It's high, but the danger's dissipated there. But I'd say that's harsh. But, as if there'll be an overturned decision in the Premier League from VAR, eh?
Yeah, I know, yeah. Oh.
But
I think Sheffield United probably are a little bit unlucky. What have you got? The XG? Have you got your favourite stat there?
Yeah, XG. Sheffield United 1.9, Southampton 1.6.
Okay.
Yeah, but Sheffield United, 5 points from 5 games. Sheffield United can't be too disappointed with that. Obviously, they've got the point away at Chelsea, which they'll hold dearly. But that's just about staying up kind of performance, a point per game, 38 points at the end of the season. That's not too bad. I think they'd probably I've hoped to maybe you can look back and go, could have done this better, that better, but it's not the worst. It's not Watford or Wolves, is it?
No, exactly. Yeah, I think they'll be very happy with how bad other teams have started.
Yeah,
like you say, I think their 5 from 5 is they wouldn't have expected that, and I think they'll be very happy that a lot of other teams have done pretty poorly to start the season.
Yeah, I'd be glad to get that first win on the board as well. Some other sides haven't won yet. All right, we'll move on to a very surprising result in the Stefan Everson derby. I was absolutely shocked by this. So this was Spurs versus Crystal Palace, and before the match I was like, I don't feel this match at all. So I put £10 on Palace to get a draw or a win out of that game. That really soon went down with Swanee, and for me it's £10 well spent. £10 well spent. I didn't mind that at all. I was like, when was the last time Spurs were 4-0 up at half time? I cannot remember in the league. That we really haven't put in anywhere near kind of match-winning performances. And little shout out to XG here. Our XG was just over 1. That gives you an example of the kind of goals we scored. They weren't exactly all tap-ins. They were. I mean, Heung-min Son is good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very, very good. He's everything you want from someone that can play in all front 3 positions. It's just ridiculous how good he is.
Yeah, he's good.
And that finish on it was a left-footed volley, wasn't it? The back post, his goal.
Yeah,
lovely strike, absolutely lovely.
He's so good with his left foot. It's a bit disconcerting, but I am a little bit concerned about Harry Kane.
What? No goals?
No goals. He really is flattering to deceive him. I mean, he obviously had a lovely cross for. Was it
Lamella's goal?
The back post goal, yeah. And I just feel like he's not quite there. I've always had this fear of Harry Kane, and I've had the same fear with Dele Alli, is that they've kind of been space jamming in their way to this point in their career, and all of a sudden their talents are all going to be just kind of washed away. And I've always had that fear that Kane's going to go, oh yeah, I'm actually a 5-goal a season striker. So I'm now concerned that that's actually going to happen this year, and he's scored 3, and that's it. He's done for the year. But yeah, please.
I don't know. He's a natural goal scorer. I don't think it'll be like that. He won't have a season. Will have a season coming up, maybe this season, maybe next season, where he may get like 10 or 12 goals, and he won't be hitting like the 20 plus or the close to the 20 target. But I don't think he's going to be that bad. Dele Alli, on the other hand, I think is done.
Get out of town.
Not
I may have said it myself, but don't you speak ill of Dele Alli. Dele Alli is key to how we play. I was surprised not to see him play. He is vital, and it makes me sad that he's not been part of this England setup recently, because Ali, Sterling, Sancho, Kane is just that's sexy. That is as a front 4 go. That is sexy.
But where are you fitting Lingard in that?
Yeah, go back to Leicester.
Yeah, very true. Comment quickly then on Serge Aurier. Is this the turning point for him, or is this just
no? The man's absolute batshit crazy. He'll play a match and get sent off, or score an own goal, or do 10 foul throws, and just it was nice to see a competent right back, because obviously Davinson Sanchez against Arsenal was ropey, but I've liked Kyle Walker-Peters so far this year, but Davinson Sanchez should never play at right back again. Juan Foyth, I'm to be confirmed, to be proven. He's actually a competent right back. He can masquerade as a right back reasonably well. But yeah, it's nice to have him turn in a good performance, because it did feel like we were just kind of right backless for the year. So yeah, that's nice to see. Long may it continue. I'm not sure it will.
No, fair enough then.
Right.
On to the Wolves-Chelsea game.
Michael Mancien.
Oh yeah,
the kind of the
really highly rated.
The original Brit to Bundesliga. That kind of young.
He was, wasn't he? Hamburg, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Hamburg.
It was Hamburg. Yeah, and Wolves. I mean, we called it out as I was a little bit worried about them pre-season, because obviously adding Europa League to it gets a little bit concerning, and now they still that win 5 games in. They are conceding goals left, right, centre. I think I had a look at the stats. It was game 11 last year when they conceded their 10th goal. It's obviously the 5th game this year they've conceded their 10th goal. I'm a little bit worried, and the pressure will start to mount. They're not going to be immune from pressure, and it's a little bit worrying. But on the other hand, old Frankie Lamps, old Frank,
it's just not. It's just. I look at Chelsea and I think you should be conceding 4 goals every week.
Well, they have been. I mean, they've conceded. I think they've got the worst. Yeah. They've conceded the most amount of goals from anyone this season so far, I think.
But I'm still not convinced by Frank Lampard as a manager.
No, only Norwich have conceded more than. No, absolutely not. But I tell you what, I do love to see, and it's something I mentioned earlier on, is that if you lower your expectations as a Chelsea fan, this could be a really exciting season. And all of Chelsea's goals this season have been scored by academy products, of whom all are 21 or younger. And I mean, come on, it's pretty nice to see, isn't it? That's got to be. I mean, Tammy Abraham's got 7 of the 11. I mean, Jorginho got his first Premier League assist yesterday. I mean, what's not to like?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to hear from Chelsea fans and say, is it just an exciting season no matter what happens, or is it still results driven, or is there still that pressure that you've got to get Champions League, or is it? It's just very
I mean,
interesting to see from a
yeah,
neutral point of view.
they're not, they're
So
not, they're not getting Champions League if they continue this defence. It's
no,
But shout out to Tomori's goal, lovely goal. I mean, that kind of goal reminded me, and his celebration reminded me of Danny Rose against Arsenal. Obviously, not as big a game, but that kind of way, just peeled off running, kind of like euphoric,
yeah,
and a lovely goal as well from on his debut. I think it was just lovely to
yeah.
see. Yeah, so that was very nice. But yeah, I mean, who doesn't love a high-scoring match? Another 5-3. We've seen this too this week, and yeah, it's good to see Tammy Abraham getting on a goal. I mean, outside chance for Euros next year.
I think he'll go. Yeah, I think he'll go.
Yeah,
if he keeps playing well, he just needs to develop his whole round game. I think he's still lacking a little bit in the hold up play, but he is getting better.
Yeah. I know. You look at his hat trick goal. Like the first touch, awful. Then second and third touch, brilliant. It's kind of like he's kind of stumbling his way to the goals. And but no, I do like him. He's I mean, I really like him. I liked him when he was been on loan in the Championship, but I also personally really like Nicholas Bentley when he was on loan at Birmingham. So. Take what I say with a pinch of salt because Nicholas Bentner's back, isn't he? Bentner's back. He's out of prison and back with I presume Danish club.
Have you seen the video that did the rounds?
Oh,
of his first day in training.
Did not go well.
He was doing one-on-one drills with a goalkeeper, and I think he got 2 shots on target in the whole drill.
Ooh.
So. Yeah, if you can find it, it's absolutely hilarious to watch. But anyway, we're not reviewing Nicholas Bentner.
No.
It's a very quick review. It's terrible. Yeah. Norwich, Man City. I'm going to say, is this the Darren Huckabee derby?
No, Antoine Sobieski.
Antoine Sobieski. When did he play for Norwich?
Oh, well, after City, I'm pretty sure.
Right, okay. Fair enough.
Nice little player.
What a game. What a game this was.
I know, it was kind of like before, and it's like, Norwich conceded loads so far, and also they've got like 10 players injured against the back-to-back Premier League champions who've got like almost 200 points. They're going to get absolutely smashed. Oh my goodness, they're a goal up. Oh, right, well, yeah, Man City going to come back. No, they're going to say 2 goals up. Oh, well, okay, right, well. Oh, right, so City get a goal back. Everything, business as usual, and then it's like, oh, no.
Crazy.
3-1 up, and it's like, what the actual... And obviously City get a goal back, but Christ! Like,
it was just ridiculous, this game. We watched it live, and it was... We couldn't believe it when they went 1-0 up, and then you're sort of watching it, and like you're saying, you think, well, Man City are going to now steamroll this. This is... Oh, hang on, no, Norwich are 2-0 up. That's a really well-worked goal. Well done, Pookie, for that sideways pass to put him in. Yeah, now Man City. Oh yeah, Aguero scored just before half time. Definitely, this is over. Second half, it's going to be. Oh no, 5 minutes into the second half, Pookie scored because of Otamendi being absolutely terrible.
What the actual fuck, Otamendi? What are you doing?
I mean, I know. What I couldn't understand is that he's even got his body angled, so he must be able to see that guy coming in a bright yellow shirt. Like,
yeah, maybe
it's not like he poked it from behind him. Yeah. But, I mean, good finish from Rodri to make it 3-2. But, yeah, Norwich. Well done, Norwich.
Yeah.
I mean...
It was very much...
unbelievable stuff.
Very much a Let's Be Avenue type performance, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And, obviously, Timo Pukki...
yeah.
Scores his 6th goal of the season, I think it was, which means he's 4 goals away from me buying our friend Jim a few drinks, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I said he'd never get double figures in the Premier League.
Yeah, never know, Dave. Don't worry just yet. You never know.
Yeah, that's true. But
they did score some lovely goals. Yeah. Is that your result of the weekend? 3-2 Norwich. It's got to be, isn't it? I mean, it's almost a dead cert for Man City to win almost every match. Almost every match. Yeah, it's just absurd that they would then falter away at a newly promoted side with such of a decimated squad. It was just a shocker.
Yeah.
From City blowing hot and cold to probably the biggest hot and cold blowers of the Premier League, Bournemouth versus Everton in the Sylvain Distin derby.
Yeah, We had a question, I think, on one of our episodes previously about Everton. I don't think we're going to get enough time to cover it today, but we will cover it at some point. About them spending loads of money and going under the radar of poor performances, and they were just all over the place in this game. They've got a good structure going forwards, and it's at the back they seem to be really struggling. Michael Keane just looks nowhere near the player that he was sort of last season.
Shout out to his error against Kosovo. Lovely little pass.
Yeah. But Callum Wilson got 2 goals, which was good. A nice little sort of very direct lob is how I would call it against Pickford when he was through 1-on-1. He didn't chip it or dink it. He just still sort of lobbed it over him, but at a very low trajectory. It was very strange, but a good finish. Ryan Fraser scoring straight from a weird free kick that I think Pickford assumed the defender was going to get a touch and then dove too late to save it.
Doved. Yep.
Doved. Sorry, yeah, doved too late. And yeah, I mean, we've always said there's been a bit of a lack of strikers to back up Harry Kane for England, and Callum Wilson has got his first 2 goals of the league this season now, and Tammy Abraham obviously scored 7 this season. So there's there looks to be some backup there.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Calvert-Lewin, obviously another Englishman.
Yeah, are they in a straight battle? Do you reckon? Do you reckon Abraham and Wilson in a straight battle to get that backup striker position?
I think they are, and I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 of them went for the Euros. Maybe Wilson, Abraham, and Kane.
Right, you hope Kane doesn't get injured.
Yeah, you do. But it was a good game. It was an okay game. It was one of those games that it didn't really feel like a 4 goals had been scored.
But it's kind of just Bournemouth of last year, wasn't it? Fraser and Wilson doing the damage.
Yeah, definitely. And they were just very clinical with the chances they got. So it was a decent game. Everton are struggling, and we will touch on it. As I said, we will touch on it on a future podcast. But we are time restricted for today, so. We're going to move on.
Yes, we'll move on to the Paolo Venazza derby, Watford versus Arsenal. And Dave and I were chatting earlier, Paolo Venazza, yeah. And it was 2-0 to Arsenal. We were like, oh god, well, no, I mean, Dave and I both love Arsenal, but we were like, oh, okay, yeah, well done, Arsenal, great work. And then before we set to come on, it was like, oh, hello, Watford come back into it, and the change of manager. Change of fortunes, Dave.
Yeah, well, he's back, isn't he? Kiko Flores, Sanchez Kiko Flores, whatever his name is, and he looked like he'd shoved the rocket up their arse after half time because they came out and they were very good in the whole game. They probably deserved at least a draw. They were a much better team, I thought, from what I've seen, and it was second half they were really good. I've got a question for you, Josh. Well, no, I've got an answer, and I want you to guess what the question is.
Okay.
So the answer is David Luiz.
Okay,
what the hell is the question that was answered? The answer?
Most penalties conceded for a club in its opening 4 games, or errors leading to goal, or
it must be something like that. I mean, he is an upgrade from Mustafi, but he's not a very good upgrade, is he?
No, he's. It's kind of one of those things I was thinking about the other day, like, posing questions to people around, setting up a football team. It's like, you've got someone who's got very good attributes in certain elements, but very poor attributes in other elements. Do you want someone who is Mr. Consistent, will always be, and can not be anything more than a 7 out of 10? Or do you want someone who can be a 4, some can be a 10? And that's what you got with Luiz. He can be either or, and I'm not sure I like that in a defender. I don't ever want a defender.
Not in a centre-back. I don't like that in a centre-back. You want a centre-back that you know what you're getting every week.
Yeah.
Consistency. But, I mean, Arsenal, again, Aubameyang getting 2. Are they anything without him? So.
No, they're not. I mean, it was obviously before game, Lacazette's out injured. It's like, well, as long as Aubameyang was not out injured, it's just, I mean, the XG for this match 2.8 versus 1. So Watford effectively almost had, XG says it would be 3-1. 31 shots from Watford, a club record. 31 shots to Arsenal's 7. 10 of those on target to Arsenal's 4. It was just, we didn't expect Kike Sanchez Flores to do much, but it's just a change of pace that sometimes be.
You would have seen this. Yeah, I mean, Sanchez Flores would have seen this as a free hit, wouldn't he, when he was hired? It was Arsenal first game. Okay, you expect Arsenal to win, so if we get a point, that's great. And yeah, they could have won it. Absolutely ridiculous how bad Arsenal were.
Yeah. And well, you have Watford currently bottom of the table. Where do you think you're going to see them? Do you think we're going to see a revival under a new manager, or do we think it's going to be a bit of a tough slog for them?
No, I think it'll be a revival. I think they'll be safe come the end. I think they'll be pretty safe. Yeah. I think they'll turn it around. Again, there's 3 worse teams in that league than Watford, so I think they'll be safe.
Okay, brave
it's not,
statement.
Because they're not after 5 games. They're not cut adrift.
No, they're not. Only them Wolves are still waiting a win, but a couple of draws, 2 or 3 draws apiece. They're still very much in it because obviously Villa play tomorrow night against West Ham. Maybe if they get a win, that puts them back up there. But yeah, it's still pretty close overall in the league, isn't it? So because we're only 5 games in.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah. But a good weekend of football so far. Nice to have the Premier League back.
It is. It's very nice. It's very nice to have the Premier League back and me be able to watch it at a reasonable hour as well.
Yeah. All right.
For this weekend. But yeah, all right then. So if you've got any comments on this week's football, let us know down below. But Josh, it's time to move on to what I would argue is one of the top features of our podcast.
Oh yeah, top 10 definitely.
I got a wiki file. Here comes a wiki file. I got a wiki file for you. Hey, right now I have sent Josh a wiki file, and obviously it's moved a lot quicker because we're both in the UK. So I would hope he got it instantaneously. And I may have already used this person before in a podcast. Josh and I were talking that this has been going for over a year now. So we are forgetting who we've already used in wiki files and things like that. But Josh, say what you see, and if you see it, say it.
So this player's career started in 1988 at Laval. I had 3 years there. In 91 they moved to Strasbourg for 5 years. 189 games at Strasbourg, 48 goals. Had 69 appearances for Laval, 11 goals. They moved to Chelsea. 5 years at Chelsea, 17 goals in 144 appearances. 5 years there. So then they went in 2001. They went on to Marseille for a couple of years, 51 appearances, 5 goals. Then we go to where the money is. A year at Al Sadd, 17 appearances, 6 goals. And then a year at Al Wakra, 04 to 05, 10 appearances, 2 goals. Now we have 480 appearances and 89 goals. That's quite a reasonable goal return for who the person I thought of initially was Frank Leboeuf.
Spot on.
It is spot on, right? Yes, and I can confirm we have had him because I mentioned to you that he has had an acting career because I saw him in The Theory of Everything. But do you know? I don't think we commented at the time. His ridiculous goal return.
Yeah, it's very good for a centre back, isn't it?
Like absurdly good.
Yeah, it's very, very good. And he's just ridiculous. Yeah, there's nothing more you can say. It's very, very good for a centre back, and I can't remember him scoring that many goals.
No, not at all. Yeah, he was always a very kind of composed player, kind of maybe defensive mid, kind of centre back, or a bit of sweeper as well. But obviously a very good footballing centre back. But yeah, I don't remember the goals flowing. But yeah, decent
there
baller.
You go.
Decent baller. I mean, yeah, loves his French. Yeah, but that is Frank Leboeuf. Chelsea fans probably have fond memories of him. Obviously, as the only English club he played for, didn't really play for anyone else of that kind of high note, did he? It's not like he had an Italian club he played for, or Marseille are a big club, but
they were pretty good at the time.
Yeah,
but yeah, not bad at all. So, I just remember him being very, very good for France.
Yes, obviously he's part of that. When he was at Chelsea, he would have been part of that France '98 squad, wouldn't he? And that's kind of and the 2000 Euros winner. So yeah, well done.
Do you want to have a guess at his international stats, games and goals?
Ooh, we're going to go 65 appearances, 8 goals.
Oh, you're not far off. 50 appearances, 4 goals.
No, not bad.
So yeah,
not
bad.
All right.
That was the wiki files. Yeah. Are we back to the quiz? I can't know where we are.
Well, we've got a little bit of poll we put out last week. We'll quickly touch upon.
Oh yeah,
because it got nabbed this week by a betting company, didn't it, Dave?
it did. The cheeky bastards.
Yeah.
I did tweet them about it and say this looks familiar.
Yeah. So we
have you nicked this from @Football Talk where there's no A in football.
Yeah, and so I sent out a poll of the week. Which European country has the best front three? I said England with Kane, Sterling, Sancho. Portugal with Ronaldo, Silva, and João Felix. France with Mbappe, Griezmann, and Dembele. Or Belgium with Hazard, De Bruyne, and Lukaku. And I mean, overwhelmingly, France came out top of this with Mbappe, Griezmann, and Dembele, which somewhat surprised me because that was 50% of the vote, and England's front three got 6%. I reckon this would have been a bit different if I'd tweeted this just after the England routes or the England goal scoring routes of their opposition this week, because I think they've been hardly done by there. Bit harsh. What do you
reckon? Yeah, I think so. I think that the defining thing of that poll is that people have seen Mbappe, Griezmann, and even to the degree the Belgian ones you put out there with Hazard. Who was the Belgian one? Hazard, Lukaku,
and De Bruyne.
And De Bruyne. I think they're all a bit more regular, so they'll get more votes. Like, people know what they bring every week, sort of thing, in every international game and how they play. And I think, Kane, was it Kane, Sancho, Sterling? I think that's. I just don't think they've played enough together to know what it was or who or how they perform. So, did you vote for England then?
No, I did vote for France, but I think
I think
that the English one was a little bit hard done by. But yeah, I mean, it'll be exciting to see next summer the Euros, won't it? All around Europe.
It will be very exciting. Do you reckon it's a bit of English pessimism as well? Like, no, we can't be rated.
Yeah, definitely. It's like, very rarely rate our own players, and I think there's a lot of club bias. Like, Kane's a bastard, isn't he? And Sterling, he's just his money grabbing youngster, and then Sancho, probably I think everybody loves a bit because he doesn't play for one of their rivals.
That's true. Yeah.
All right,
cool.
Should we? We'll head back to the quiz. So every week I challenge Dave to a quiz, and this week was the top 10 players who come out of the top 10 transfer fees this transfer window, this summer international transfer window. And Dave has got 6 so far. He's named me Harry Maguire. He's named me Rodri. He's named me Eden Hazard. He's named me Matthias de Ligt, Frankie de Jong, and Lucas Hernandez. But he has 4 remaining. Dave, I've helped you out inadvertently.
Yes, you have, because one of them is João Felix.
Yes, correct. Number 1, numero uno.
Just mentioned.
And I've also just mentioned another one, Dave.
Number 1. Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Lukaku? Oh, no. Griezmann.
Yes.
He must be number 2 then, I'm guessing.
Yes, he is.
Okay, so I'm missing 7 and 10.
7 and 10, both transfers into the Premier League, and they haven't really hit the ground running so far. I mean, one, I'm not even sure has played a single minute yet. I don't really recall him playing. And the other has had a bit of a stuttering start, mainly because his club's a stuttering start.
Nicolas Pepe moved for a lot of money. But
yes, Nicolas Pepe. He is a player with a club stuttering start, and number 10 is a player who's moved, but I'm not sure he's played a minute yet. Let me just check that.
Well, Ndombele surely must be up there.
Yeah, no, he's played. Don't you worry about him. He's had a couple of matches. Yes, sorry, he's come on. He's played 1 minute so far. So sorry, I'm very much mistaken now.
Oh, wow, I don't know if I'm going to get this. Who's playing 1 minute?
He was brought on in the 3-1 win against Bournemouth.
João Cancelo.
João Cancelo, yes, that is the top 10. So we have a few Portuguese players in there. I mean, one Brit, Belgians. Yeah, it's a mixed bag there, isn't it? But La Liga buying into La Liga of a top 3. Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, and Real Madrid of a top 3 there.
Yeah, very interesting. La Liga buying their way back to the top, hopefully for them. But so, if you included loans in this, then where does Philippe Coutinho sit? Because he had a big fee, didn't he, for his loan?
He did. I couldn't answer that right now, Dave. But
Yeah.
he's in the kind of the fee that he's due at the end. Yeah, and probably think like Giovanni Lo Celso as well. It's that kind of that split fee, isn't it, to get around any sell-on clauses?
Yeah.
You know, clever
Yeah. Very
bastards.
good.
Yeah. Well, that brings an end to this week's podcast, Dave.
Yeah, it does. Very nice.
I think it
Good to be back in the UK.
seems short but sweet. But I mean, we've still been talking a long while. We've covered all the bases. Unless you have anything else to add.
No, I'm good. Just that I'm very, very excited about Mastermind next week.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, do you reckon
Well, a couple of weeks, isn't it?
It'd be it'd be a week Friday. Have you got any thoughts where you reckon you'll end up? Will you be number one?
I think, and this is no offence to Owen, I think me and you will be battling out closely for number one.
Yeah.
Which I think is right because we do co-host the show.
Oh, absolutely. So. We can't expect. I mean, we don't want him to steal our thunder, otherwise he might take our place.
Are we inviting him just so that neither of us finish bottom?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, that brings an end to this week's Football Talk podcast. As we mentioned, in a couple of weeks we'll have our podcast replaced by a live YouTube video of our Mastermind special, where Dave, myself, and Owen will compete in our specialist subject and general footballing knowledge quiz. But in the meantime, you can find us on YouTube at Football Talk for our back catalogue, on Spotify, on SoundCloud, and on Twitter at Football Talk. But remember, on Twitter, there's no A in football. But yeah, drop us a line, drop us a message, follow